Welcome to day 21 of the Hero podcast, here with me, Suppoman. Are we witnessing the collapse of the altcoin as Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to thrive? Now, on Coinbase, I obviously hold some Bitcoin and Ethereum because these are the currencies you exchange your pounds or dollars into when you then send it over to the exchange. So on my Coinbase account, my Bitcoin and Ethereum is just literally rising like anything right now. It's just surging. It's the best savings account that I have ever had. Better than any bank or building society or stock I have ever invested in. The price of Bitcoin is now at 2,700. And there are people I know that are speculating, could it reach 5,000? Could it reach 6,000? Ethereum as well has really gone up. The other day it was only $150 and now look at it, at 204. Yet, if we go to POLONIEX, look at what is happening with the altcoin. There is literally just 3 coins, 3 cryptocurrencies that are, or 4 now, that are in the green. Now, this is normally not what you would see on POLONIEX. On POLONIEX, you'd probably see the kind of first 20 in the green and then the next 20 in the red. But pretty much all of these cryptocurrencies are losing value. Some of them are literally right down to its bare prices. Like, I've not seen prices this low on a lot of these altcoins since I started doing cryptocurrency trading. So, what does that mean? What does it mean for you? Well, what it means, I believe, is that there's 2 things going on. Number 1, it's a good time to have Bitcoin and Ethereum. As we are seeing the prices literally surging in front of our eyes, it's a great time to own some Bitcoin and Ethereum and keeping it in your wallet so that you've got it there growing whilst you're then transferring a little bit back into either POLONIEX or Bittrex or Bitfinex or whichever, trading platform that you use, and only using a small portion of it right now to actually invest in altcoins. So it's a good thing to have some Bitcoin and Ethereum there on standby. But what it also means, the second thing it means for you, is now is a good time to have an eye on all the altcoins. Maybe the altcoins that you've liked and wanted, but the entry price has been too high. We're in a cryptocurrency bubble right now, and what I have found is that a lot of these crypto coins have been high in value over the last week, but it seems today it has virtually collapsed. Okay, so if you were interested in any of the altcoins, like I'm still interested in Digibyte, but it's not gone down low enough for me to invest in. Okay, I have invested in more STEEM. I've invested in way more STEEM when the price was much lower than it is now. It's at 44950 and I bought at 42700 or something like that. So I bought it at rock bottom and now I can see that my account balance is going up because I bought so low and I bought in such high volume. So now is the time, it would seem, to put your chips in. Keep some for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and if you've got savings, then it might be worthwhile to actually put some of your savings in Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the value is just going up and up and up, particularly Bitcoin. And a lot of the people in the cryptocurrency industry are saying Bitcoin is just going to continue, it's just going to continue. And what's happening is people are selling their altcoin for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. So they're dragging out the value of the cryptocurrencies. They're literally dragging the value out by taking their money away and putting it in what looks like a nice safe nest egg with Bitcoin and with Ethereum. So it looks like the value may continue to go up as the prices of altcoin seems to be going down or has gone down quite drastically. So it's a good idea perhaps to put even more money in Bitcoin and Ethereum because the value is only going up. And the good thing, because they're not volatile coins like a lot of these altcoins, well, they are volatile. I mean, the price of Bitcoin literally a few months ago was under $1,000. And now all of a sudden it's over $2,000, nearly $3,000. Okay, so now seems like the time to put some of that money in Bitcoin and Ethereum and just have it there and growing. And if it does drop, then you know when to take it out. But in the meantime, you can experience some of the amazing value that Bitcoin and Ethereum are experiencing at the moment. It's insane. How much more can it go up, I wonder? You know, not being an expert in this industry, but being a person that's been doing quite a few trades over the last 2 weeks, I have seen that Bitcoin continues to surge, and that is one trend that hasn't stopped. Ethereum surged, it's slightly slowed down. If we go to POLONIEX, you can see that Ethereum is down here with the currencies that are not performing right now. So probably Ethereum holders are now going to Bitcoin and going to Bitcoin as their savior. So what am I going to do? What I am going to do is continue what I've been doing this morning, which is finding a lot of the currencies that I have previously liked. Like, for instance, Ripple. Ripple continues to go right down. Okay, if you go to Bittrex, PIVX is going right down as well. So if we just go to CoinMarketCap and we type in PIVX, we can see how PIVX is performing right now. Now, it was $1 the other day. It's 78 cents now. So it's gone down drastically. So now is the time to reinvest in things like, you know, Ripple, PIVX potentially. Because PIVX, a lot of people think that PIVX is going to go a long way, potentially introduce a masternode. So it might be a great time to get into PIVX and also Ripple. Because a lot of people love Ripple. I'm not a lover of Ripple, but a lot of people do. And with the price plummeting, now might be the time to put a lot of your chips onto Ripple. But I think it's a good time to just keep your money in your altcoins, okay? The altcoins that you are passionate about, keep your money in. I'm keeping my money in STEEM, I'm keeping my money in Digibyte, and I am literally losing everything else because I think that it's come to a point where I think that because of the value going down so much, although it is likely to come right back up, you know, tomorrow might be a completely different story because people are buying low. Okay, so, but from my perspective, I don't want to make a big loss on a lot of the altcoins that I didn't really like in the first place and just literally get rid of them and replummet them into a currency I do like, which is Digibyte, which I think has definitely got some great potential behind it, especially with the whole integration with Minecraft in probably about 10 days time now. Okay, so I still think Digibyte's a good shout, and actually I don't think Digibyte has plummeted like a lot of others have. If we look at the 24-hour low, it's at 471, and I wish I had been awake when it hit 471 because I would have bought that in an instant. Because I want it to go under 500 so I can invest in more and plow more in. Those little, you know, digits matter. If I could get this to go down to under 500, I would be far happier to put a hell of a lot of my current Ethereum, transfer that into Bitcoin, and then buy a load of Digibyte. Okay? So, there's two things you can do with this information. Invest more in Bitcoin and Ethereum, particularly Bitcoin, and also put the chips in now. Something that I have operated on, and it happens when you take a leap of faith, is that if you see that the value of something is plummeting, that is the time to go all in. Now, I'm a Udemy instructor. I teach courses, marketing on Udemy, and when I joined Udemy as a platform, it was essentially what's happening right here. The value of it went right down. You know, basically instructors were upset. The prices of courses were really upsetting both students and instructors at the time. The value went right down and people were stopping working due to fear. Why put a load of effort in when the things are down, the chips are down, or the stock is down? But for me, that was when I put my hardest effort in on Udemy. That was when I was making a course a week, was when the value was down, so that when the value goes back up again, you reap the rewards. So with the value being down so much in the markets right now, this is a good time to go all in on those ones that you're passionate about or really want, you know, a share of. Like Ripple, like PIVX, in my case, Digibyte and STEEM. Okay, there's just so many here that have really plummeted. So it's a good idea to kind of check out the charts. Go to the charts, see what has plummeted to almost returned to zero. You know, what has returned back to the state it was a few weeks ago before the bubble really started to expand, okay? What has gone down to an entry point that you'd be quite happy to start buying at? So, the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum are surging whilst all the altcoins seem to be falling, is that a good thing? In my opinion, yes, it is. Because how it was it was very unpredictable. You know, on one day, cryptocurrency was doing really well. The next day, it's doing really badly. Right now, all of them are doing badly. So it's quite a level playing field. It's just a case of choosing which one you think has the most potential, applying the criteria that you use. The criteria I use is what has matched me with Digibyte and with STEEM. Okay, so matching the criteria that you look for, whatever you're passionate about. You know, if you look at the websites, if you look at the community and the forums and the people and how they communicate, and these are your people and it's something you can be passionate about for the long term, then it may be a good idea to really put your chips in right now and buy as much stock as you can while it's low. Because as with everything in the cryptocurrency game, it always rises again. So this is a good time to go in. See how far, you know, your favorite stock will fall over the next kind of 24 hours and then buy when you're happy. So is Bitcoin rising and the altcoin falling a good thing? Yes. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because this is probably one of the states within cryptocurrency where you can actually see real potential to make great gains. If you can see a cryptocurrency that you think was possibly overvalued but has some really good long-term value, then wait for it to go down to a level where you can really reap the rewards of the gain it's likely to make in the future. Now, this is on the assumption that you're actually using a criteria by which you invest in your cryptocurrency correctly. Because if it's obviously not correct, then, you know, your kind of altcoins will probably continue to fall if you haven't kind of predicted or applied a criteria which you think that the altcoin you invest in probably has some really good long-term potential. All right? I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. You know, plenty of times I've been wrong. You know, there's every likelihood that Digibyte might not actually move at all when the, you know, when the synchronization between Minecraft and Digibyte finally happens. You know, I don't really know is the honest answer, but taking an educated guess is very likely something is going to happen with Digibyte, and Minecraft being one of the biggest games ever. So, all the values down. This is the time to get in. If you haven't yet got in, now is the time to create a wallet on Coinbase, putting some money into Bitcoin, leaving half the money on Bitcoin, transferring the other half into the exchange, whether it's POLONIEX or Bittrex or Kraken or whichever one you want to use or have been recommended to use, and start investing in some altcoins. Okay, this is the time. This is a good thing. Now, another question is, will Bitcoin continue to rise? Your guess is as good as mine, but at the moment it certainly looks like it will, because I think the combined market cap of the entire cryptocurrency industry is higher than it's ever been. There's more money being invested into these cryptocurrencies than ever. If you compare it to 6 months ago, you know, the market cap is so much higher now than it ever has been. It's huge. There's so many people investing now. It's like the game to be in. And lots of people are going to continue. It could double over the next 3, 4, 6 months. Double. So now is the time to invest in the Bitcoin and invest in some altcoins for the potential growth of cryptocurrency in the cryptocurrency game and the values of all of the altcoins that you see in here. So, what a day. What a day. Obviously, in some instances, I'm taking a bath because there's quite a few altcoins of mine, and I'm invested in altcoins when they were much higher in value over the last week, and they have plummeted. So I'm making a hard and fast decision as to should I sell and just plummet it into the cryptocurrency that I like the sound of, Digibyte and STEEM. That concludes today's podcast. Please subscribe to the iTunes podcast if you can, and I look forward to seeing you on day 22 when we'll have an update on how things have gone with the cryptocurrencies. So I'll see you there.